take home. No, it was not him. But he's one of the guys you would think you'd want to take home. And we threw a party and had some strippers come out, and he was acting ridiculous.
Did he fuck?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know that, but the way he was acting like he wanted to. And he was like, yeah, Christal, there's another side to me. You don't see this side. And I was just thinking, like, I now don't respect you. Like, I thought, because to me it was so shocking that the good guy would act like that. You know what I mean? Like, so it's kind of disheartening. So I can see why they don't.
I'll say this. And I hate that TV and film and, all this other stuff has put this narrative out there. But the reality is there's no such thing as good guys.
I don't agree with that.
Like, I don't think there's any such thing as good girls either. I think there are people, and you might have been sheltered, and so maybe you don't have certain experiences, or you don't necessarily know about certain things. You don't know about sexual positions or whatever, or you don't know about alcohol, or you don't know about drugs, right? Just because you haven't had certain experiences. But that doesn't make you a good person. It just means you don't know shit.
That's not what I'm talking about, though. I think there's a difference between a man that would take his paycheck and give it to a stripper.
I think that's irresponsible if someone does that.
Well,
but
it's not a good guy.
In a strip club, especially if you're in that environment, to see nothing but those type of people or people that present those types of values, you're not around a hospital where people are like, where men are like saving lives.
Though. But you're contradicting yourself, because you're saying like there's no such thing as good or bad. But then you're saying if you're at a strip club where all you see is these type of people, and you're not at a hospital where these. My thing is, you don't know who is who. You don't know from their profession or from where they're born or from if they're sheltered or not. That has nothing to do with if they're a good person or a bad person. What that has to do with is their character. Because there are probably guys that you would assume look a certain way that really wouldn't give a stripper all their money if they had a wife and children at home. And there's some guy that girls think is like the best, most guy you would take home, and he's really a piece of shit. So I do think there are good guys and bad guys. We just have their exterior messed up.
But who's to say what's good or bad? I mean, a person that saves lives for 12 hours a day and then at night is a raging man whore and will fuck anything that's walking.
Depends on who you are. If you're his patient, then he's good. He's a good guy. If you are the girl trying to be his girlfriend, he's probably a bad guy.
So your perception of whether this person is good or bad has everything to do with the environment in which you meet them. And sometimes if you feel like a person, like, all men are bad, it's because you've only been in environments or primarily been exposed to men in environments where they have to exhibit certain values.
They have to exhibit certain values. Mm.
But, I mean,
because you're not going to the strip club to say, hey, why are you doing this?
But when you go to this, but when you are in a strip club or when you're around that environment, there are guys doing very different things. Everybody's not doing the same thing.
Nobody's reading the Bible with the strippers at Onyx.
No, they're not. But there's some guys that are acting a damn fool and losing their mind, and other ones that are chill.
I'm saying I don't understand what the fascination is anyway. To me, I feel like the people who are so caught up in the idea that a stripper is going to be so great in bed doesn't really go to strip clubs much. 90% of the stuff strippers do, you don't want them to do on your dick.
Oh, like the coming down real fast on the splits?
Yeah, absolutely.
All that,
I always wonder why y'all like that.
You can't twerk on a dick.
What makes y'all happy about this coming down real fast on?
You can, but that's all outside. They don't do anything here. Her booty shaking on one side or the other side has nothing to do with your dick.
It's a visual though, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, that the idea that means you're good at sex, gotcha. I don't understand how that correlates.
I've had guy friends tell me that sometimes the girls that act the nastiest are not the best in bed.
Yeah.
And then the girls that are very, the church girls actually are freaks in bed. So I've heard men say that they don't expect strippers to be great at bed because sometimes it's all just an act to get your money and they really don't have anything to back it up.
It's totally an act. That's what I'm saying. They don't even like you, nigga. I'm telling you, they don't even like you.
And there's so many guys
that don't get your money.
They will take your money.
Don't get that.
They will take your money and give
every
you
guy's friend that I know that I met in the entertainment business, their whole conversation is the same. Well, I mean, I don't even go in there with money, and I end up leaving with nothing. And I'm like,